Genesis, you can discover, create, or refresh your goals to attain strength, fitness, weight loss.
It's round 3 of the Newcastle Rugby League Premiership, or Business Plaza Cup as they call it these days. And we've got the big one here between Maitland Pickers and the Western Suburbs Rosellas here at Maitland Sports Ground. Only moments away. Hello, I'm Paul Arundel, and joining me in commentary today is Ron Griffiths. Good afternoon, Ron.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Looking forward to a stellar clash today. Two sides that are undefeated thus far this season, so I'm sure the hype will certainly live up to that today.
Yeah, the Rosellas have been white hot so far this year, and the Pickers, well, bit of a mixed bag, but still on top of the table with the Rosellas as well. So it's going to be a blind. A good crowd in here too at Maitland Sports Ground. Yeah,
great crowd. I think Sunday fixture in Newcastle, particularly at Maitland, they generally play on Saturday, so the Sunday fixture's probably brought them through the gate today. And yeah, you're right with the Rosellas. They've been in great touch early on. We felt the full brunt of them last week. They put 20 odd points on us before we even struck. So and I know they did the same thing the week before the Lake, so they're in good form.
Yeah, only moments away from kickoff, and a good crowd in here at Maitland Sports Ground. The locals have come out in force today. It was very hard to get a car park. I don't know how you went, Ron, but I've parked basically at Aberglasslyn.
Yeah, mate, I understand this. The parking's not real good, so I parked out the road and walked across. They certainly turned on the weather. A touch cool today, but it's great conditions for rugby league. The field looks fast. It's in immaculate condition. As we see the young teams out there just at the moment running around, future superstars of the Newcastle Rugby League and the NRL.
What we got out there? We got Woodbury and East Maitland.
The old Warriors, mate. Great club. There's some good names to come out of that one. In particular, one will be playing today, Mark Tafua. Come through the ranks at the Woodbury Warriors.
Yeah, well, I've got the opportunity. We'll go through the team lists. There's been a few changes for the Pickers. At fullback will be Geordie Connolly. On the wings we've got Matt Neufau and Greg Morris. In the centres we have Gary Anderson, and also in number 3 we've got Matthew Allwood. The halves are Fraser Price and Hayden Granger. The forwards are Sam Anderson, Jaden Butterfield. The dummy half is Shay Padberg. The second rowers are Brent Horwood. And who else have we got? We've got Marco Della Pena, and lock forward is Peter Cronin. On the bench we've got Ben Ireland, Cody Clulo, Jacob Sinclair, and number 14 will be Scott Williams. Somehow I've got through that. That's the Maitland Pickers line-up. And for the Western Suburbs Rosellas, the fullback, you got Sam Keenan. The wingers are Fayu and Uta. In the centres you got Brad Ty and Blake Andrews. The halves are O'Donnell and Walsh. The front rowers are Tama Kupu and Mark Tafua. The hooker is Alex Langbridge. In the second row we've got a late scratching. Ryan Walker is out, and Al Lantry will start with Mataudia. And the lock forward is Ben Stone. As we can see, the Maitland Pickers have come out onto the field. On the bench, you've got Felice Tafua, Matt Herman, and Ryan Walsh. And there's also somebody else here I forgot to write down on the program, which is Luke Single.
Yeah, I believe Luke Single's been brought in for Ryan Walker. Lantry slides into the starting side. I think that's Luke Single was a consistent first grader last year. That shows the depth of the Rosellas at the moment. They have Single on the bench or coming out of reserve grade. Also, they've got blokes like Chris Knight, Udi Baker that are playing reserve grade. So it shows you just how strong they are at the moment.
Righto. Only moments away. We're still waiting for the Rosellas to come out.
I think the intriguing clash today will be in the middle of the park. Obviously highlighted by the return of Sam Anderson to Maitland. Much sought after player when he returned to the competition. He was in high demand with a lot of the clubs chasing him, and he settled on Maitland. It's he spent a bit of time in this area as a junior. He played for the Red Dogs over there at West Maitland, so it was natural for him to return home, and we see Peter Cronin leaves Curry to return back to Maitland to play alongside Sam. So I think that's the intriguing clash today in the middle of the park, coming up against Tama Kupu, who is a current representative front rower, Alex Langbridge, who comes out of the Wyong system down there, New South Wales Cup, and obviously Mark Tafua, who's played at the highest level, the NRL.
Well, we're right underneath the ground announcer speak here, so it's pretty hard for us to hear each other, but apparently it's just a bit gainy, so hopefully we'll turn that down for you at home. And it's nice on the ears as the Rosellas, they finally make their way out onto the field. The Pickers have been out there for a couple of moments, and not sure if that's a little bit of misty rain out there on the field yet, or maybe my eyes are playing up. The West boys are out there. I say Rosellas, a good win last week. I won't mention who they played, but we'll leave that for another discussion.
Oh, they were clinical last week. I'd expect to see the same sort of performance today from them. Obviously a top of the table clash. They'll certainly be on as we see Price get them underway.
We're underway, and it'll be Tafua with the first hit up of the match, trying to get up to that 20-metre zone, and he does. Hit by 3 Pickers. He's brought down just short of the 20.
Nice willing contact early on.
So Keenan in at dummy half. Here's Kupu. He's wrapped up 25 out from his own line. So plenty of enthusiasm from the Pickers early as Ben Stone. He had a blinder last week for the Rosellas, and he's just been buckled back and pushed back in that tackle. So they go out to the right-hand side as Cooper goes for another hit up to the 40. Langbridge goes down the short side, links up with Walsh. Cut out pass out there, and that's Andrews out there on that far side. Again, 3 in the tackle for the Pickers. And he'll play this right on halfway. Last tackle. It's a difficult one for Walsh, and he spelled it.
Yeah, good. It was a good first set up until that point. They were up to the halfway. Nearly in an area to put up an attacking kick, and Walsh gets a terrible ball off Langbridge. Might be a little bit of rain out there, mate. A little bit of mist.
A little bit of mist, yeah. Nice and greasy. New football still. They've probably got the fresh logos on the balls, which makes it hard to grip. So now the Pickers. Ben Island, he looks like he's starting in 15. So they've thrown us another dummy just before kickoff. Padberg finds Anderson, Sam Anderson. So the Pickers 37 out from the Rosellas line. They come out to the right-hand side, inside pass, linking up there with Peter Cronin, former Curry Bulldog. So they come out to the right again. And Granger met solidly there in the tackle.
Certainly very willing, the contact early on.
So Anderson again with another hit up, runs straight into his opposite numbers, into Fua and Cooper. Lantry helping out in the tackle. Last one now for the Pickers. Slow play the ball. They come the short side again through Granger. He puts it on the toe. Keenan's there to pick it up.
Yeah, good positional play. Nice contact over the top there. Really good positional play. It was a good deft touch from Granger. As we see Malu for you get the ball up over the 10-metre line.
Also impressive last week was for you. It's Ben Stone. Just carts this over the 20. Again, 3 in the tackle for the Pickers.
I believe he's come out of the Central Coast comp, Philu, as Walsh kicks early, looking for a 40-20.
Geordie Connolly's had to scamper across there. The Mr. Fix-It man, I think he's played in every position, hasn't he, Geordie Connolly?
Yeah, certainly back row centre, can play in the halves.
And he's played the ball about 12 out from his own line as Mifau runs straight into a brick wall of red and green jerseys.
Walsh has certainly set the tone early with a nice early kick. He's asked the defensive line to really up the antes. We'll see Tama Cooper slip up over the shoulder.
Gary Anderson will play the ball. It's a long cut-out pass. It's
Matt Allwood.
There's certainly plenty of numbered changes. And that ball's come loose. Still play on. And Maitland will be tackled on their 30. That's Brenton Horwood. I always thought Horwood and All was going to bring me undone today. As Ben Island goes for another run, straight into Kupu and Stone. Last tackle now for the Pickers. Go out to the left-hand side and straightens up with a kick, straight down Keenan's throat. And he'll start this set of 6 in pretty good field position, 40 out from their own line.
Yeah, that kick from Walsh early just gained a little bit of ascendancy as we see Mao Yuta come in for a carry off the far wing.
Played with the entrance Tigers last year. Utah as Ty goes for a run from dummy half. And the ball's come out. It's gone backwards. No, the referee's picked it up, and we'll have a knock on.
That's a bit rough. Certainly looked like it was propelled backwards there, but the touch judge and referee have seen a little bit different. They were starting to win the ascendancy battle there, Paul. That early kick from Walsh just allowed them to get down there on their kick chase and really, really work hard in defence. And we could see Maitland turn the ball back over, and West were 40 out from their line. So as we see a little bit of a set to it, the scrum there, Granger's trying to unnerve the old stager Luke Walsh. He's experienced enough not to let that bother him. So we see Cronin just can't help himself. He's got to buy into it. Hey?
He played for Malta.
He did, mate. Yeah, he played for Malta. Him and his brother would have been a proud moment, obviously, for him and the family. Fantastic achievement to play at that level.
So we're back underway. Goes through the hands, straight to Connolly.
Stone, look at that, just out of the scrum, working hard. Nice contact, drives him back 5 metres.
So Price has gone in the dummy half. Oh, another good shot there from Mataudia down low. And that pass has gone to nobody again. Walsh is coming through, puts it on the toe. There's a chance here if he gets the bounce. It's going everywhere. Oh, it's been fumbled. Ty's going to pick it up. There's still going.
He saved it.
About half a metre out.
Allwood and Morris were able to scramble back there and save it.
Well, here they go. It's a long cut-out pass, and Utes is in the corner. Actually, it's Fiu. We're going to have the first try of the afternoon.
Yeah, jolly on the spot there was Walsh. Obviously a bad pass out of the area, and Walsh just really got off the line and put some pressure on seeing the ball, put a little kick on it.
Well, bit of a comedy there, the lead up to that try. Ball just disappeared from everywhere, and poor old Gregory Morris got a bugger of a bounce too, and the calmness of Walsh, just a nice cut-out pass to Fiu.
Yeah, a little bit of wind and water around obviously makes it a little bit, the conditions a little bit difficult. They're going to have to shorten up the passing game. We've seen a couple go awry already. It was just a cool head from Walsh, wasn't it? But just seeing the ball on the ground, able to swoop on it, kick through. Then had the presence of mind to go to dummy half and throw the long ball there for the winger to cross in the corner untouched and uncontested.
So Keenan, half a metre from touch. He strikes it nicely. It's coming around. It's a beauty. So the Rosellas 6-0.
He's dropped that one inside the far upright. Very good kick. As we can see him giving his customary lip to the crowd there on the way back.
Making the score now. West Newcastle 6, Maitland Pickers 3 at the score.
So Pickers here running into it's probably a bit of a strong wind out there on the field. That rain is basically coming in at right angles at them at the moment.
Yeah, definitely a strong wind. That's why Walsh looked to get his kicking game on in that second set. We'll see him try and take advantage of that as we see Price line up the kickoff again.
It's a high one. It'll be taken on the 10, and Tafua again will just charge straight into Hayden Granger. Helped out 3 more Maitland Pickers in that tackle. Langbridge goes in the dummy half and finds Cooper on the front row forward. Here's Walsh kicking again early, well inside the 40. Geordie Connolly's going to have to scramble, but it's going to pull up. But look at this line of Rosella's jerseys in there to meet him in defence. That's a good shot too.
Yeah, exceptional kick chases. We see Maitland still trying to get back on side.
Foul goes for a little run from dummy half. And he's not going to pick up too many metres on that plate. So what have the Pickers got here? Muscling up in defence here, the Rosellas. 3 and 4 in the tackle, every opportunity. There's a good run there from Anderson. So 4 gone here for the Pickers, and good grab there from dummy half. Hadberg wrapped up from Lantry. Last tackle now. Price was going to go for a kick from dummy half, but Granger, it's a wobbly one straight down the throat of Walsh, and they go straight on the attack, the Rosellas.
Yeah, Fraser put him under all sorts of pressure there. You're right, he was going to kick out of the area, but he decided once the marker had gone to give it to Granger. He was under pressure. It's always hard to kick across your body in these conditions, as we see West get a penalty 40 metres out in prime attacking position from Maitland's line.
Well, the way
Again, I think Walsh has set the tone. 2 sets coming out of their end, or 3 sets. He's kicked early on 2 of them. Obviously, Connolly have to be on his game. They've also got an inexperienced winger on the far side who seems to be an inexperienced winger, so they're trying to catch him out with a 40-20.
So they're back on the way here, Rosellas. Kupu runs straight into the back of Keenan. A tackle assist there for Sam Keenan. So they come out to the left-hand side again. Tafua, he straightens up. 15 out from the Pickers try line. Walsh runs across field, links up there with O'Donnell, and ball's gone behind Andrews. It's picked up by Utah, but it's going to be a knock-on.
Yeah, certainly a knock-on there. He tried to pass under pressure. The first pass was off the mark behind him, so generally you've just got to hold the ball in that situation and take your medicine. If not, it's got to be a short little tip on outside the hip. It's hard to pass off the back of a bad one. Still, West wouldn't be too unhappy with where they are at this point in time. Maitland struggled to get out of their out of their quarter last set.
So just over 10 minutes gone in this one. 6-0 to the Rosellas. The Pickers bring this out their own territory as Greg Morris from the scrum takes a run. Played with the East Maitland Griffins last year. As Mefow helps out. In fact, that's Hallwood. Come down this short side.
That's all.
That's Allwood. So Padberg waits for it at dummy half, and it looked like a little fumble there. It was picked up. He almost got away with it. So another opportunity here for the Rosellas. Pickers just inviting them into their territory.
Yeah, Paul, you can't keep inviting them or giving them ball in this sort of area of the park. Like I said last week, they were very clinical. Week 1, they were clinical. I'm sure they won't, I'm sure they won't turn it over cheaply like they did in the last set. Look for them to make Maitland pay here.
So Welsh feeds it. Langbridge at the base of the scrum. This is Keenan. He's picked up, lifted there by Hallwood. O'Donnell in at dummy half. Mataudia. Highland in the tackle. Also Delapena. Come out to the left-hand side. Walsh shapes to go inside. He does this time to Kupu. Kupu just ran out straight over the top of Padberg. 20 out from the line. They're stacked down their short side. They go that way through Walsh. Short pass to Lantry. Lantry's brought down on the 10-metre zone.
Yeah, it's good contact from Granger. Wrapped it up over the top. Wrapped the ball up. We see loose. Walsh slides one in behind the line.
The ball's come loose. He could have 6 to go. No. He's called a double knock on here, the referee. So we'll have a scrum feed to the Rosellas.
A tiny little bit of juice causing all sorts of issues with the ball. As you said, probably new. It's nice and slippery at this stage. This is I believe it's their first home game, so the balls will be brand new.
Yeah. We're back here next Saturday for the representative fixture. The Rebels up against the Ron Massey Cup side. Next Saturday, you can see it on Bar TV Sports or get to the ground as we go through to Keenan. Keenan does a little bit of a dance and a jig, and he's brought down by Allwood. So Walsh in at dummy half, and Tafua had a little bit of a look there and he spilled it. So a let off there for the Pickers. As Allwood goes for a little run from dummy half.
He's certainly very willing, Allwood. He puts his hand up. Island up over the 20 now.
So Padberg goes for a little run from dummy half, runs straight into Stone. Good tackle. Geordie Connolly will also do the same, go for a scamper, pick up another 10 or so. Come down this short side again, Granger. It's a better kick. Keenan had to go back for it. He's done well. And he's almost collared there by Price. So now the Rosellas bring this out of their territory. Good shot there from Peter Cronin. Slow play the ball that was. Andrews comes in to help out. Go down the short side again. Ty saw something and the gap quickly closed. They're just inside the Pickers territory now. They go to the short side again, and that's been touched. This could be 6 to go. Langbridge puts it on the toe. Then it's been tackled by Anderson. And we'll come back for a scrum. A bit of AFL there from him.
Yeah, a little bit farcical there. Anderson's got the touch out of the area, obviously, when Langbridge went to pass the ball. And West get another 6, a set of 6 starting from halfway. That was a good little set from Maitland coming out of their end, and they were able to get a little bit of ascendancy and get West to start the set on their 10. And defensively they muscled up okay, but unfortunately they've come up with an error here. They've got to defend again.
So Luke Walsh just barking a few instructions of what they're setting up for here. Come out this way to Walsh. Inside pass to Utah. Struggling to get the winger down. Eventually, still going. Eventually he's brought to ground. Just inside Maitland's 40. Stone. He'll play this just inside the 30, so good metres here for the Rosellas. Walsh. There's a flat pass to Mataudia, but it's gone forward. But we've got a penalty here for incorrect play the ball, is it?
Yeah, incorrect play the ball. He hasn't got to his feet to play it. The ref signalling there as we see Walsh coming in to question. We could see Stone's unhappy with the decision. He's certainly given the ref a bit of a talking to about it, but he's correct. He didn't get to his feet to play the ball. As we see Maitland look to find touch through Fraser Price.
Find that. I thought that was coming straight for us. Was gone straight down the tunnel. Doesn't look like we've got any ball boys as well here. So the trainers had to go retrieve that one. So we're back underway now. It's Delpenna. Straight into Stone and Tafua. Cooper helping out as well.
Yeah, nice physical contact. Pushed him back over the advantage line.
Anderson.
Every set, Anderson's just putting his hand up, carrying tough.
The Pickers now through Cronin. Cooper in there again. Mataudia helping out. So I'll play this on the 40 as they come out to the right through Granger. Inside pass to Delpenna. (6-0) to the Rosellas. Getting close to the halfway mark of this first half here on Bar TV Sports, and another good shot there. Brenton Horwood stopped in his tracks. Last tackle now for Maitland. They go to the short side. Steps off his left there was Price, and Connolly's got it, flicks it out, and has found Andrews, who put it down. Don't put him in the slips.
No, fortuitous there for Maitland. They would look to run it on the last, and they were in an area to kick the ball. Fraser Price seen something different and wanted to turn the ball back inside to Connolly, who ends up passing it into Andrews, and Andrews knocks on. Unfortunately for Maitland, they get another set in prime position here, Paul.
Full set here for the Pickers. We haven't seen a win against the Feed since 1983 as Connolly has for a run. Padberg finds Anderson again. So they're inside the 20 here, the Pickers. Targeting the short side through Granger, linking up with Connolly. Connolly shaped a pass and run straight into tie, and well, going to give a penalty here for lifting.
I didn't think lifting was out of the game. I thought above the horizontal was. It was a nice physical contact. Yeah, he certainly didn't seem to go above the horizontal, but the refs obviously seen different. As we see Allwood get ready to restart the ball and give it to Delapino.
So he's taken down on the 10. Their best opportunity so far for the Pickers. As Ireland steps off his left, runs straight into Stone. Play this 5 out. Padberg, he was thinking of a sniff there from dummy half and gives it to Anderson. Probably the wrong bloke to take it.
Looked like they were setting up for a little shape where the front row passes the ball, but didn't work out, as we see Padberg have a little dab himself there. Wrestled to the ground by Cooper.
So they go to the left-hand side through Price. He steps off his left. Good defence again from the Rosellas. Last tackle. Numbers both sides. They go to the right. It's Anderson. It's a flat pass. And the ball's come loose. It's been picked up by Lantry. Gives it to O'Donnell. O'Donnell sandwiched down on the 10. So chance goes begging for the Pickers. As Utah goes for a run. Tries to get away from Morris. Bumps him away about 3 times. Eventually Granger, and with the help of Morris, brings him down.
There's Utah now. That was for you on the carry before. As we see some tough contact. It's okay. They're cousins, I believe. So
apologies.
yes.
That's good stuff. As Keenan. It'll run from dummy half. So they go to Welsh. Mataudia. Mataudia's got an inside runner. He goes out there to Andrews. O'Donnell was sniffing around on the inside, and that ball's come loose. Now O'Donnell's got it, but it's been a knock on, says the referee, so we'll have a scrum.
Yeah, Maitland is certainly matching West in the physicality stakes. I think they've, the way it sort of started, West were very physical in the first few sets and looked like they were going to continue on their rich vein of form, but that little bit of moisture on over the ball, and Maitland certainly matched them physicality-wise, and we see the game at a bit of a stalemate at 6-0, and neither team gaining any ascendancy at the moment, Paul.
So notice Ryan Walker, he's on the bench. He's got the hoodie on and the sunnies. What did you do to him last week?
Not enough, mate. Did you see the score?
So Allwood will play this just inside West's half. Coming this short side through Telpena. Again, Ben Stone, he's getting through a mile of work.
Yeah, he certainly will, Stoney. He'll play 80 minutes in the middle. Just continues to do the same job as we see Walsh get into De La Pena there. Lantry over the top, Granger at dummy half.
Sam Anderson, he's also been busy for the Pickers.
He's had to carry every set, if not 2 sometimes.
They go out to the left-hand side. Price does a dummy. Runs into the shoulder of Mataudia to Phil to help out. Last tackle for the Pickers. They're 25 out. They go out to the left-hand side. Allwood runs to the line. He's going to be wrapped up with the ball, so a easy handover for the Rosellas there.
Yeah, 2 sets in a row they've turned the ball over like that on the West line. They haven't gone for an attacking kick. The play before, Price obviously got tackled. He'd run the ball, so it's Padberg or Granger have really got to get in there and make sure they take control in that situation. As we see Stone, a mountain of work in defence, runs through as a decoy, and Utah, he's up over the 20 metres.
So Langbridge waits for it. He's Herman off the bench. First carry's a beauty. Takes it up to the 40. Coming out to the left-hand side. Langbridge, well, he almost overran it, was Tefeo. Get into the Pickers territory.
You've got some good numbers down this short side here. They've got a front rower there, but they decide to go back to the middle in Keenan. Still there, they've got their 13 perched on the short side.
Another slow play the ball. They still come this short side. Walsh, little stabbing kick into the corner. Hughes coming through. Connolly's there to pick it up.
It's smart football, rather than take the option or the risk of running on the last or 4v4, just put it into the corner.
It's Mefout. Comes in off his wing to help out.
A little knock on there.
So the Pickers, their own worst enemy at the moment. It's only 6-0 though. So you sense the Rosellas, they're building up for something.
That's the difference between the 2 sides at this point in time in the game. We see Maitland on West line 2 sets in a row, and they turn it over on the last. They don't get to an attacking kick. Walsh there, he's in the area to run the football or kick. An attacking kick, he said, he slides it into the corner, goes for the high percentage play, just gets a result. They defend up, then Maitland make a mistake on their line. Now they're in prime position.
Goes to O'Donnell. O'Donnell runs to the line, gives it to Utah. Going to get it right one day. Here's to Feo. Bit of a step in his run, and he's brought down 5 out from the Pickers try line. Langbridge finds Walsh. Out the back to O'Donnell. To Keenan. All would come up quickly. Eventually he's wrapped up by Anderson. Walsh comes down the short side. O'Donnell cut out past to Ty. Good defence again from the Pickers. Allwood and Morris in the tackle. For here with dummy half. O'Donnell, he'll put this on the toe. The left foot kick into the in goal. He's going to beat everybody. And he'll come back out to the 20 for a restart.
Yeah, poor end of the set there. 7 tackles now. Maitland getting an opportunity to work it up the field now. As we see Butterfield up to the 40-metre line nearly.
Good run from Butterfield. Hallwood also. For a quick play to ball, but we've got a penalty. Natalia guilty of just hanging on for too long.
Butterfield's got to get the wrap there. He won the first play and West tried to wrestle it back then when Hallwood had the ball, but it comes off the back of Butterfield's quick tap and go, finds his front, they're able to play off the back of it. Another quick play the ball and West held him up and give away the penalty. As we see him start the set now, 35 metres out from the West line.
So Gary Anderson, he'll take the tap. Here's the Price and here's Butterfield. Good tackle again low from Ben Stone.
Yeah. Great technique, old school technique. As we see Anderson cart the ball forward again, up near the 20-metre line now.
So Granger from dummy half, inside pass. There's a new number out there. It's number 14. It's Scott Williams. His first touch. Price in a dummy half. Cut out pass, finds Butterfield. Looks like they're building up for something here on the right. They'll probably go to the left, that means. Granger. Inside pass here to Cronin. Good tackle there from Herman down low. Last tackle for the Pickers. Go to the left. Butterfield spins, tries to get it on the line. It's just going to be short. And another handover.
Looks like Maitland have adjusted their side when they've made that change. Padberg off. Granger's gone to 9. Looks like Scott Williams is playing in the halves.
So the Rosellas will bring this out of their own territory. First time they've really had to work in this area of the field. Tafeo. Price in the tackle, also Hallwood. Only the one try so far, early one for Wests. Maitland, the ball's come loose. We've got a knock on. So Rosella's just inviting the Pickers. Good opportunity here as that rain has come back here at Maitland Sports Ground.
I think the other thing too, what that does for Maitland's confidence, 6-0 at this point in time, with 12 minutes to go and they're running into a big wind, will do wonders for them. They get an opportunity, if they can come up with some points, it changes the complexion of the game completely. At this stage, no one has any ascendancy. It's a lot of uncharacteristic errors from both sides. As we see Williams line up at one off the scrum, looks like they'll go with a little set play here, Paul.
It's Williams, just had to stop for that. Lost all momentum. He's brought down by Stone again. Del Penna. Herman there making the tackle. Just inside the 20, the Pickers. Sam Anderson. There's a wobbly old pass to Butterfield and Wessel let off the hook there.
Yeah, probably not the right play there. Anderson was on his way across field and the pass was a little bit hard, but as we see Herman up over the halfway. This is how good West depth is. Herman's come off the bench. He's a Newcastle representative player, so good luck to him there. They've obviously got a lot of depth as we see Tafeo cart the ball forward up near the halfway.
Felice Tafeo, I think he played with Shortland last year, if I'm correct. There's Ty. Short pass, it's gone straight into the hands here. We've got a chance here. Anderson just spilled out. And Brad Ty picks it up and we've got play on. So the advantage has been ruled.
Yeah, advantage over, he said. Fair enough too, fair call.
So Brad Ty, who lost it, regained it after all that. As Maitland goes for a run, straight into Anderson. Butterfield helping out in the tackle. Welsh, dummies one way, goes to Tafeo, tries to bump away from Williams. Good metres here for the Rosellas. O'Donnell, Mataudia. Forward in there to make the tackle. Another slow play the ball. Matt Herman. That ball's come loose straight in the hands of Del Pena. Both teams. That ball very greasy out there. Allwood runs away and then eventually runs straight into the shoulder of Matt Herman. Probably not a good idea. He gets the offload away. Padberg tries to get through. So 5 short of halfway. Connolly wanted a quick play the ball. Sam Anderson will just card it up. The defensive, the Rosellas are up quickly.
Yeah, Stone off the line hard there just to cut down his time with the ball. As we see Butterfield now up towards the 40-metre line. Nice contact over the top.
Nice hits and spins every time. Butterfield, very hard man to put to ground. The ball comes out the back to Connolly. Connolly wrestles away from one. Connolly still going. Good tackle low. Again, it was Stone. They go the short side. Granger linking up Horwood. Good pass to Anderson. And Anderson's going into touch. Could have a penalty here. And we have also got a player down in the background for Maitland.
I think that's Horwood after he offloaded that ball. He was hit. Hit on just after he got rid of it. So he's called it. He's obviously called the tackle there, and they've dragged him into touch. Yeah, okay.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I'd say Horwood's just looking for some oxygen there. He looks like he's winded.
So both teams, they won't mind this little breather at the moment because they've it's been a little grind out there in the middle.
Yeah, it's certainly played in close quarters at this stage. There hasn't been too many attacking or shift options due to the nature of the condition of the ball at the moment. Looks like he's coming off for a head bin. HIA.
Do you know what any of the questions are with the HIA? What do they actually do? That wasn't actually a smart-ass question. That was a serious question.
I didn't think it was, and I thought to myself, I don't. How well am I going? I don't believe we've used it.
Right.
Yeah.
Horwood, he's still on his haunches. Seems an age ago that first try was scored. Now Utah is the try scorer. So 6-0. And just to let you viewers, wherever you're watching, on your smartphone, smart TV, the clock on your screen is just a guide. Try to get it as close as we can.
What about the crowd? They've certainly rolled in today. Sunday football at Maitland.
Yeah, I'm just thinking they've gone a bit quiet though. Just before kickoff, they were really loud, and they've just gone a bit quiet here. It is cold.
Yeah,
probably
could be just
up.
a little lull in the game too. Obviously, the infringements in the play, the ball, the mistakes they keep making. So it could be just a little lull in the game. We'll get a try. We'll certainly see some excitement if Maitland can cross the line here.
So Brenton Horwood, he's coming from the field.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
And Ben Ireland will come back on to replace him. He's walking off okay, which is a good sign. So Maitland will have a full set of 6 here for penalty. Butterfield will take the first hit up. So Granger's moved into dummy half. Go inside to Anderson. A short pass to Connolly. That was a pretty tricky play there from Price. He got bumped.
Yeah, a little out ball, in ball, and they nearly opened up a little bit there, but West were honest enough to keep working. As we see Granger pirouette, tries to burrow over himself.
So inches from the try line here. The Pickers, they set deep out here to the right. Connolly in at dummy half. They go the short pass to Anderson.
Tried to muscle his way over there, Paul.
About 5 Rosellas in the tackle. Eventually Henderson will play it. Ranger in at dummy half again. Price Long pass, finds a beautiful pass to Allwood. Allwood steps around it. Walsh and Tyre there, wrap him up. Last tackle now for Maitland. Granger goes for a run from dummy half, puts it on the tail. It's not a bad kick, but too deep. Eventually we'll come out to the 20 for a restart for West.
No, he's called a line drop out here, mate. It's come off the West player. It took a deflection as Granger got out of the area. The West player coming across has got his foot to the ball, and I'm not sure if it was on purpose, but it's taken a deflection. And we'll see Maitland get another opportunity. That was a nice little outball for Allwood there. He got on the outside of the winger. West were able to come across and solve it, from the inside, but a good set from Maitland.
So the drop out, it's not a real good one, only up to the 40, and Morris will run straight into the West Rosellas line. Good hit there from Matt Herman. Tafeo also helping out. Ben Island goes for a charge.
He's been very willing back on the park for a Hallwood at the moment.
Here's Butterfield. Out the back it goes to Price. Price linking up with Jacob Sinclair. He's a fresh man on the field. Granger from dummy half. And it's gone to Anderson and it's gone straight to Butterfield. The referee's called forward pass.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Maitland. It looked like it went backwards over Anderson's shoulder, but the touch judges and refs have adjudicated and seen something different. As we see Sinclair on for his first in, I'd say he's replaced Cronin, who's down there on the sideline at the moment. The Maltese international. Not many clubs in Newcastle could say that.
No. There were certainly a few locals playing in the emerging nations. You had Ethan Niscott.
Yes, Niscott is with Poland. Scotland, we've got Jared Anderson. He's out at Curry at the moment.
Yep. Is Nick Glowy as well playing for Scotland?
Yeah, he is, yes. Yeah, good pickup. Real good player too, as we see Utah move up towards the halfway, 15-metre line at the moment.
Keenan waits for it at dummy half. They go that short side. Blake Andrews. So into injury time on our clock, Bar TV Sports clock, as Mataudia goes for another good run. Matt Herman straight into Williams, and Butterfield also in there helping out over halfway the Rosellas. Will come the short side through Walsh, inside pass to Lantry. He straightens up. Good tackle down there low from Del Pena. Last one. They come the short side again through Walsh. Puts it on the toes, deflected off Allwood, straight back into Walsh. Gets the pass away to Lantry. We've got 6 to go for the Rosellas. 25 out now. A full set of 6 here. Tafeo. Carts it up. There's 3 in the tackle again from the Pickers. And 15 or so out from the Maitland try line. Walsh. The dummy goes to Mataudia. Ryan Walsh is on the field for the Rosellas as well. You can see him out the back. Luke Walsh. Matt Herman. Good tackle from Anderson. About a metre out from the try line. Langbridge finds Ryan Walsh. It could be over here. Ryan Walsh. He's put the ball down. There could be a little bit of a bobble. The referee likes it.
Yeah, I thought he was okay there. We see Walsh onto the park at the moment. I'm not sure who he's on for. We've still got O'Donnell there starting 5'8" and Keenan the fullback. So
Nice try there.
obviously he's playing a bit of a different role at the moment, but it was a great little try.
So just before half time, West get their second try. Ryan Walsh said just coming onto the field, and looks like Ben Stone's on at the moment, or off for a breather.
Yeah, maybe O'Donnell's gone to lock, and Walsh in the half. Yeah, it was obviously a neat little play there, worked for Ryan Walsh, and then he just took the line on. You know, one thing with your halves is you always talk to him about running before passing, think run, and that's what Walsh did then. Ryan Walsh, when he got the ball, he spied a little hole and decided to take him on, and was equal to the task. He scored a try. It'd be sweet for him coming back to Maitland, mate, getting a try.
Certainly, he's been to a few clubs now. There's Keenan just to the right of the uprights. Does that practice golf swing. Strikes it nicely. It's now 12-0. Western Suburbs, Rosellas over the Maitland Pickers.
With just under 3 minutes to go to half time.
And that was probably a little bit fortuitous for West there. It was off a little repeat set where Walsh kicked through it, come off forward, they regained and they were able to play off the back of that.
So just over 2 minutes before half time. As I said, that clock on your screen, it's just a guide.
Up until that point in time, I don't think anyone had ascendancy. It was just, set for set, and no one gained any real control as we see Price kicking into that strong wind. It's up around the 20-metre line with Ty. Ty returning the ball now.
A bad little kick. The wind has probably died down a little bit, although looking at those flags on the other side would tell you otherwise. Tafeo. Again, 3 pickers in the tackle. Hard-band to bring down. Langbridge goes for a little run, then gives it to Mataudia. Mataudia. Ball's come loose. It's a scramble for it. Can't quite see who's got it. Blake Andrews has picked it up, but we've got a double knock on. And it'll be a picker's feed. We get close to half time. Have the pickers got a try before the break?
Yeah, one set they should get out here. It'll be interesting if they can go in at 12-6 with this wind behind them. And not having played great footy, certainly defensively they've been very good. But ball in hand, they just haven't quite, they've been a little bit clunky as we see Allwood take the first carry.
Runs into Lantry. Granger in at dummy half. Just at the Butterfield. Little right foot step there from Butterfield before he hit the line. Sam Anderson has earned a break. Short pass to Ben Island. He's brought down on the 30. Anderson again. Tafeo in the tackle, also Langbridge. Mervyn also helping out. They come out to the right-hand side. Granger thought about passing it. Eventually he does, pops out the back to Butterfield. Mataudia is there to eventually bring him down to the ground. Last tackle now for the Pickers. They come out to the right again. Price, he'll put this high into the corner. It's a chance here for Morris. It's come down. And Luke Welsh has cleaned it up. That'll probably be the end of the first half.
Yeah, that'll certainly see us out. It was a good area there, good commitment from Morris. Tried to get above Fial, but unfortunately for him, West have come down with the ball as that takes us through to half-time now.
Well, the Maitland Pickers, they're not interested in playing any more footy this half. They're heading off. So here at half-time, here at Maitland Sports Ground, it's the Western Suburbs, Rosellas 12, the Maitland Pickers 0. We'll take a break and be back with the second half here on Bar TV Sports. Welcome back to Maitland Sports Ground. Teams are out there on the field, ready for the second half. Rosellas up 12-0.
Would have been contrasting discussions in the shed, I'd suggest. Obviously, Matt Lantry a little bit unhappy that it's only 12-0 when they're running with the wind and so many mistakes as we see. West nearly come up with the ball off the kickoff.
Matt Herman, he thought he was in for all money there.
Yeah, he left it. He sort of run through, thought he was going to get the ball and keep going, but he's called a West knock on Maitland's feed here. Yeah, and I think Maitland would have been quite happy 12-0 at half-time, run into that wind against a side who's certainly been extremely good over the first couple of weeks, Paul.
They certainly have. And they're just trying to work out how many people to pack into the scrum. I think Luke Walsh has packed in at lock there, or in the second row, as Pickers bring this out of their own territory again. It looks like Brenton Horwood, he's back out there, so it looks like he's past the HIA. It's Jaden Butterfield. Good, strong run, that.
It's a great carry. Look at him up to the 40-metre line as he fights to get up.
This is Sinclair. Just short of halfway. Go out to the right-hand side, and Sam Anderson again, as he did in the first half. Gets his customary carry per 6. It's Jacob Sinclair again. Good offload there. Connolly's grabbed it. Doesn't make too many more metres. Last tackle now for the Pickers. Goes back to Price. It's not a bad kick. A bit of pressure here for Fiu. Eventually just goes into touch there. I thought that might have held up in the breeze there, but not on that occasion.
It's not a bad start from Maitland, but West have got to now ruck it off their line, 10 metres out from their own line. Maitland get a set start, so look for him to be nice and aggressive in defence here. It's good to see Horwood back on the park after leaving with a HIA.
We'll have to find out what those questions are midweek. I guess they don't give them out because then everyone will know the answer and they're back out there.
I wonder if they change. Depending if it's the away doctor or the home doctor.
So Rosellas, the Pickers are up very quickly there on Mataudia. Donald in a dummy half. This is Mataudia now, in fact. It was U2 with the first hit up. Cut out pass here to Tefeo.
He's had a good half. Good stint since he's been on. He came on before half-time and he's been very willing, carrying the ball. Low centre of gravity. We see Langbridge out of the area on the front foot.
He's almost got through. Last effort tackle there from Butterfield. There's a player down. It looks like it's Sinclair for the Pickers.
Allwood.
Lantry. He's got the ball inside the Pickers' territory. He's still driving up to the 40. That's Horwood, in fact. Luke Walsh, he'll sky this one. It's a good test here for Connolly. Has bounced. It's gone way back to where the kick had taken place, and Williams is there to pick it up. He might have a penalty here.
Rookie error, champ. Yep, definitely offside.
So now the referee's just going to call time off here as Sinclair gets a bit of treatment from the trainer. So 12-0 to the Rosellas, and we just checked on the half-time score between Souths and Lakes. If you're going to watch that game a little later on, just turn the volume down for about 5 seconds. That's Souths leading Lakes 18-6 at Townsend Oval. So another even contest in the Newcastle Rugby League in the Business Plaza Cup. So Sinclair's back on his feet, which is good news.
Connolly was in all sorts with that ball. Just sort of hung up in the breeze and floated back to, floated away from him as it was on its way down. And the best he could do was stick out a leg as we see Ty offload to Lantry. We see Granger over the top, 20 metres out from the Maitland line. Langbridge onto Tefeo.
So they're up to the 10 metres. Set deep here to the right-hand side as they go to Luke Walsh. Does the dummy, links up with O'Donnell. Cut-out pass here. U-turns one-on-one with Maffei. He could get over. No, he's about a metre short. Good run that from Utah. Good tackle also from Maffei. O'Donnell, he goes back into the traffic. Runs straight at Price. Maffei also in there to help out with the tackle. Andrews now in at dummy half. Goes to Walsh. Walsh, he's aiming at the uprights here. It's not a bad kick. It's a beauty for Sam Keenan.
Wow, smart little kick. We could see Keenan storming through under the post there. He just had a little bit more commitment than the Maitland fullback. There wasn't much doing. He was kicking off an edge. Maitland didn't apply enough pressure.
Suburbs will score with their fullback number
So third try for the Rosellas.
Score now.
Not the start the Pickers wanted for this second half.
Pickers will get the score.
Easy conversion coming up here for Sam Keenan.
Obviously a rehearsed play. They probably practice that, every night at training and finish off with something like that. Keenan was jolly on the spot there. His commitment on the ball was great. This should push him out to an 18-0 lead now, Paul.
Keenan makes no mistake. It's now 18-0 to West.
Sam Keenan converts his own try. Take the score now.
Matt Lantry, he must be mates with the weatherman or something, because doesn't look like there's any more chance of rain on that wind. Has really died off now in the second half.
Yeah, the wind certainly died off. He wanted to take advantage of it early on, and they did that. As we see Price line up for another restart.
It's not a bad kick. Walsh is underneath it. It's straight to Feo. Straight into Granger. Almost spins out of the tackle. Allwood's there to help out. Also Morris. It's Matt Herman. Goes for a run. Looks for the offload. Langbridge, the one-hand pick up from dummy half. Straight into Lantry. It's good defence here from the Pickers. O'Donnell to Feo again. So it'll be tackle 4 on the 30. Goes to Walsh. Out the back, linking up here with his brother. Now finds Ty. Ty here to, it's Feo. Linking up with Ty again, and Ty is going to go over. The Rosellas get another one. And it's now 22-0.
Yeah, smartly little work play there. Walsh to Walsh. They were just too good down that left-hand side. Maitland had a little bit of real estate behind them. They didn't have to be too aggressive there. I thought they could have been a little bit more passive and work from the inside out. They chose the decision to be aggressive, and West were able to capitalise on it. We could see Ty throw that pass to the winger for you, and then back up on the inside and score the tries. We see Keenan gets another relatively easy conversion for someone like him. He's a fantastic goal kicker. In the space of 2 minutes, they've just turned the game on its head, West. This is what they've done to the opening 2 rounds, and they're heading down that way again.
So Keenan will look to add the extras. Back-to-back tries really quickly for the Rosellas. And after a good start of that set for Pickers, Rosellas show their class.
Just the width that they play with, the width they're able to pass there. They really challenge the ruck, get the ball away from the ruck, as we see that one slide through the uprights comfortably. They're able to really get it away from the ruck and get it straight to the edge and ask the questions straight away. Generally in that area of the park, teams tighten up defensively, but West certainly exposure with their long passing game, as we see Price back up to halfway. He gets ready to restart again.
Back with the restart is Price. Straight down to O'Donnell. He'll find Matt Herman. He'll take the first hit up. First carry met by Williams. Del Pena in there as well. Sinclair looks like he's recovered from that little injury before. It's to Feo. Interesting. You haven't seen many minutes from Mark Tafua. He started the game, and pretty much Tafaya's replaced him for the rest of the match so far.
Yeah. So far he's been very good to Feo. He has a carrier set. He's got good leg drive and finds his front. As we see Walsh to Walsh onto Tafeo again for his second carry. He's rivaling Anderson in that department. The thing with Anderson is he plays, he started the game and he's still there. As we see Langbridge, nice out of the area on the left foot and finds some space there.
So this is a little bit easier for Geordie Connolly. Straight into Langbridge. Brad Tye in there with the tackle. Keenan helping out. Pickers brings out as Morris just bumps off his own teammate there. Gets away from Utah. Blake Andrews is there to wrap him up. Good run there from Morris.
Yeah, very good run. Oh, no.
And now we've got a dodgy play the ball. You give a man a wrap and that's what happens.
Mate, he's come up with a fantastic run there. He's actually had to push Jaden Butterfield, bump him off, break the line. Then he's come up with that disastrous play the ball. He's certainly very willing, Greg Morris. He's got nice little late footwork at the line. He's strong. I believe he comes out of the second division competition. He was over at East Maitland with the Griffins. So it's great to see him transition into grade the young man as we see West now. 40 metres out, they get a attacking set. It's a real test here for Maitland, Paul. They can't, let him score again. Cheap points here, and the game has it's certainly got the ability to blow out, I believe. So let's hope they can defend this resiliently and turn them away and make a contest of it.
See, young Williams got a bit of claret coming from the nose.
I think that's Price, mate. Yeah, he's the halfback as he washes his face off there.
Also, Luke Singles, he's got the card in his hand to come on the field.
Come on, Pickers, we can do it.
Ground announcer here at Maitland Sports Ground, trying to get the crowd revved up. I said they've gone very quiet. There's a big crowd in his grandstand, but just all watching this game intensely as Utah goes for a run straight into Anderson and Williams in there to help out. There's Matt Herman goes for another charge. Slow play the ball. They're not in any hurry at the moment, the Rosellas, leading 24-0. Here's Luke Walsh. Goes the other way, links up with Ryan Walsh. He's wrapped up from Williams. So they come out the left-hand side again. Luke Walsh goes out the back to O'Donnell. Good hands here. Andrews gives this here to Utah. He's going to get over this time. Fifth try for the Rosellas.
Yeah, nice little deft pass there from O'Donnell on the outside, but the lead-up play was already done with Walsh turned it back into Walsh. It sort of sucked the Maitland defence back into the middle, and they went on the shift from there. Just a little sweep play to O'Donnell, and they were certainly very committed, Maitland defensively, but Utah was better in the end. He was really determined to score that try.
Utah making the score.
Well, this is threatening to get away from the Pickers. No, it's only early in the season, but for and against could be very important, especially for the rest of the top five.
Mate, 12-0 at half-time. Their resolve in defence was really good. They've come back out in the second half, and West have just gone back to their, they're gone back to their clinical self as they were in round one and round two. So I'm not sure what he fed them in the sheds at half-time, but yeah, it certainly worked for him as we see. This is his most difficult conversion of the afternoon. For a right-footed kicker, this would be his side.
Keenan, he strikes it nicely, but it's going across the face.
Conversion
Remains 28 points to nil here at Maitland Sports Ground. We have the Business Plaza Cup, round 3. The Tui's Newcastle Rugby League here on Bar TV Sports. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Price will get things underway. Looks like he's recovered from that little knock to the nose. As he gets back underway, Donald takes the catch, and Luke Single will go for his first hit up. Herman now. It goes for a run. Straight into Williams. Del Pena helping out in the tackle. So still well over 20 minutes remaining in this one. And I guess the question is, can the Pickers get on the board firstly, and how much can they hold the Rosellas to?
Yeah, they've certainly rallied in this set. Their rhythm and their contact, their line speed really good, as we see Cronin slip off there.
So they come the short side through Maitland.
Good contact. Unfortunately, they're unable to put him to the ground. As the ref tells him to take it back, he's walked off the mark.
What do you think of that rule? I just think let them walk off the mark, just keep the line where it is, and they're actually letting the defensive line get closer to them.
Yeah, you shorten the space that you've got to attack. I watched our replay last night, and there was once when it happened with us, and all the guy did was roll forward to get up. It wouldn't have been half a metre, and he made us take it back. You know, we just lost all ascendancy then. It was ridiculous. As we see Connolly work the ball up towards the 40-metre line.
So Granger looks like he's the regular number 9 now, as that's flicked out the back from Del Pena, picked up from Connolly.
I wonder if Padberg got hurt. Oh no, here he goes. He's got the card in his hand. He's back on now as I speak.
It's Jaden Butterfield. Maitland launched him with the shoulder.
Good contact, both committed there. Butterfield, good run. Maitland over the top, nice shoulder.
Sam Anderson gives the offload here to Williams. I don't think he was expecting that. Last tackle now for the Pickers. Here's to Price. Puts this high. The chasers are coming through. Good take there from Fiu. He's got a bit of space here, but Allwood comes again. Price helps him, wraps him up there on the 20. Sam Keenan. Something different. He will go for a hit up. Here's Luke Single. Brad Ty now goes for a little run from dummy half. He gets away from one.
He's a specialist. Lazy markers or slow markers, and Ty's gone every single time when there's a quick play the balls. We see Walsh shift to Walsh, out to Andrews.
It's Blake Andrews. Interesting, there's a Blake Andrews that plays for Cessnock as well. It's a look forward to those two coming up against each other as Walsh puts it on the toe. It's been picked up here by Maffau. Just looking for support here, but the referee stopped play, and a few of the boys are just getting friendly there just near halfway. Luke Walsh, Sam Anderson. Keenan's got a bit of claret coming from the mouth. Peter Cronin in the middle there with Luke Walsh as well.
Yeah, he kicked the ball. Walsh resented after he was hit late there by Anderson. I didn't really see it in the back play, but Walsh obviously thought it was late and high. See if that can rally the troops from Maitland. The Blake Andrews from Cessnock, I believe he's from Singleton, mate, played up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting this game. There's a few guys, a few bloody noses out there on the field. A few sore heads come Monday morning. So the Rosellas get the penalty. And they'll go on the attack. 20 out from the Pickers line. I'll look for their 6th of the afternoon. There's Maitland straight into Anderson. Set deep here to the left. Matt Herman, short pass to Single. Up to the 10 now. Looking for a quick play the ball. They come out to the right-hand side for Walsh. Linking up with O'Donnell. Anderson come up quickly, but he bumped off him. O'Donnell still going. He's got away from 3. Eventually he's brought down. 8 out from the line. They're stacked this short side. They go the other way to Walsh. Inside pass to Single. Another penalty here to the Rosellas. There could be a dust up here. A couple of players are still down on the ground. Guys probably just trying to work out where they're going to meet for a drink after the game. Not much in it.
No, not much in it. We could see Cronin rush in from out wide there. He was, that's customary. Pete Cronin loves it. The enforcer coming in to look after the little bloke. A little bit of feeling, a little bit of heat.
Still a player down. I think it's a West Rosella player down on his...
I think it's Shay Padberg from Maitland, mate.
All I can see is the black shorts from me, the white boots. It is Padberg. He's only just come back out on the field. We've got both touchies in. Wouldn't be a Bar TV match of the round without the touchies coming in for a bit of a peek. They do a good job, referees. I'm not bagging them out, but...
do a great job, mate. Without them, we wouldn't have the game. So, you've got to respect what they do. It's a tough gig. And regardless of whether you believe they get it right or wrong at the end of the day, it's an extremely hard job. And as long as they've got conviction in the decisions they make, you can respect that.
Looks like we're going to have another HIA here.
I wonder what questions they're going to ask him.
And Anson's been put on report here.
We've got an incident. Yeah. I've got the penalty for you guys here, and then he's come running in. Let's cut that stuff out of the game because I don't want to have to use another alternative action. Keep it fine. Yeah. That's it. Head clash.
Just hear the referee there talking to Luke Walsh as Padberg. He's coming from the field, and fair chance he won't have any more to say in this game today.
No, it looks like his afternoon's over. That was a very succinct explanation from the referee there. He left Walsh in certainly clear, or he knows in no uncertain terms that if that happens again, someone will be sitting down as Lakes have skipped out to a 24-10 lead 62 minutes into the other game.
So Keenan right in front.
It's taken the heat out of the game a little bit here by taking the two, mate.
I was just thinking that. Sam Keenan adds the extras. Not the extras, but the penalty. So it goes to 30 now to 0. And
goal making the score now.
Be interesting here to see who takes his first carry from the restart.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with a little shift here to get out of the eye of the storm, depending on how deep he's able to put the ball.
Straight down to O'Donnell, and be single. He'll take the first carry. Straight into Granger, and Cronin's there. Help out was Horwood. It's Pat Matalia. Straight into Cronin again. So just over 20 minutes remaining in this one. As I mentioned earlier, the clock on your scoreboard that you're watching at home, it's just a guide. But unfortunately for Maitland supporters, the scoreboard is correct at 30-0. Walsh, it's a single.
That's his third carry in that set for single.
Last tackle now for the Rosellas. They come the short side. Ryan Welsh kicks across field. It's not a bad kick. It's split Morris and Connolly, and Greg Morris will take it up and run straight into Luke Walsh. The ball's come loose. Luckily Connolly was there, but the referee seen a knock on. He's had a bit of a mixed afternoon, Greg Morris.
A touch fortuitous, but certainly a clinical set, and a perfect set, you'd say, after taking the 2 points. He has had a mixed afternoon, Morris. He's very committed, and a young bloke who obviously looks like he works hard at his trade, but he's come up with a couple of errors this afternoon, and this one could prove, well, let's hope it doesn't prove costly for him.
So the scrum will pack on the 10. You go out to the left-hand side through Ty. Straightens up, but Allwood and Williams are there to make the tackle. Langbridge there at dummy half. Goes to Walsh. Lantry. Just inside the 10 now. Rosellas, they're looking for another one here. Luke Walsh, out the back it goes to O'Donnell. Cut out pass to Utah here, one-on-one with Meafau. Meafau wins that battle this time. O'Donnell did well to pick that one up. Mataudia. Straight into Granger and Cronin. Played on the 10. Langtree. Out the back it goes to Walsh. Lantry. Good numbers there again in defence for the Pickers. Last tackle now for Wests. Yeah, the short side. Langbridge puts it on the toe. It's been picked up there by Connolly.
Nice little deft foot from Langbridge. We could see that set from West was a carbon copy of the set they played earlier. They got Mao Utah on the outside. Meafau was equal to the task this time. This is what they're, Matt Lantry would be extremely happy with this, being able to come up with back-to-back sets, as would Luke Dawn. He'd be happy that they're able to repel him there, and he'd certainly want the same thing again.
So Price back underway with it. Herman will come up with the first carry here. So next weekend's the rep round here at Maitland Sports Ground. The Rebels taking on the Ron Massey Cup rep side.
What a fixture that's going to be.
Certainly, it was a close one last year.
Yeah, we couldn't get the points, so Newcastle will certainly be smart and they'll want to get one back.
Mataudia bumping away. Eventually he's brought to ground. He's gone off the mark, so he goes back a metre to play it. Langbridge links up with Walsh. Goes out to Lantry. Lantry runs into Delpenna. So Williams out there. 2 metres out from the line. Rosellas looking for their 6th of the afternoon. Walsh, Herman. Could have been a call for a shepherd there, but Single didn't take anyone out. Last tackle. Luke Walsh again. He steps back in on the right, puts it on the toe. His runner's coming through and Connolly's cleaned it up again. So another line drop out for the Pickers.
Yeah, smart football there. Walsh faked to play out and went back on the inside. Didn't really have any chases, but once they reacted, they could. Once he reacted and went back. Once he went back into the middle of the chasers reacted and were able to trap Connolly in goal. As we could see Walsh walking out there, just really telling them to calm things down.
So the rep round next weekend, and also a ladies' league tag gala up at Tomaree. But so the Business Plaza Cup has a break for a week, and then back into round 4 and. Bulldogs, you meet this Maitland Pickers team.
Yeah, we're back out the graveyard for that one, mate. Should be a great day. As we see Utah.
Good run here from Utah. Just couldn't find the support. Andrews was hovering around, so just couldn't get the arm free as Walsh running to the line, links up with Luke Walsh. Here's a short pass to Lantry, he's charging onto it. Desperation defence here from the Pickers. They go out to the left. Langbridge deflected back from Delpenna, and the Pickers come up with it. So we've got to play it down again for the Pickers. Also, round 4 fixtures. South Newcastle, they're home to Western Suburbs, Rosellas. So that could be a very interesting clash that with Souths leading at the moment against Lakes. And also Lakes United there at home to Macquarie Scorpions. And also Central Newcastle, they take on Cessnock. Butcher Boys got the win against Macquarie yesterday.
Yeah, first win for Coach Williams at his new club. Be relieved today and happy as we see Maitland cut it up to the 20-metre line as Connolly lines up to take one.
Anderson, Gary Anderson bumped away from one, almost got away from a couple more.
Great leg drive, Paul.
Morris, Connolly. just short of halfway. Geordie Connolly will play it. Sam Anderson now, straight into Herman. Ball come loose and it's going to go into touch. So nothing going right now for the Pickers.
Certainly wasn't the right play at this time of the game. It's not. They don't really need to chase points as such. They need to just find a little bit of rhythm after not carrying any footy. Get through their set and get a kick on and work on their D. But unfortunately, they went for the high risk play and they were unable to come up with it, as we see Tama Kupu and Stone go back into the game. I wonder if he rests Luke Walsh now. 15 minutes out from till full time, 30-0 up. Utah
goes for a run. As you can see, Mark DeFille is warming up again. He's basically been sitting down in the dugout, freezing for the majority of the game. Fayu. Matt Herman comes off for a well-earned rest. Fayu slow to his feet to play that. And now the referee's coming out here. I didn't see the referee blow time off here. He's just walked straight out here.
Ranger, listen to me. If you don't want a penalty against you, listen. Tackle 2.
Just caught the end of that as Kupu runs forward. Eventually we'll play it. Ben Stone gets away from the Peter Cronin attempt to tackle. Probably lucky he did. Walsh, out the back it goes to O'Donnell. O'Donnell getting away from Horwood. Now gets away from Price, linking up with Stone. Stone thought he was going to get the pass free. He's wrapped up. Last tackle now for Wests. They come out to the right-hand side. Walsh will put this high in the corner for Meafal. Uta's chasing after it. He's got it. And he's going to come down with it. He's going to be held up. So, lucky there for the Pickers.
Yeah, it was a good play. Uta's commitment on the ball. In the air, he was really good. Got up high, come down with the ball, but Maitland were able to hold him up there. So you see Anderson get ready to take one off his own line here. This will be a tough carry. He's got great leg speed, good leg drive.
Sun's out here at Maitland Sports Ground. Good driving here from the Rosellas. They pushed him into the end goal. It's a great play.
Shut your mouth, Ronald. Just give him a rap about his leg speed and leg drive, and West certainly got around him. They picked him up and carted him back into the in goal. They wouldn't let him find his front. They caught him and took him back. Very pleasing, I suppose. That's something they would have worked on all summer. Isolating outside backs and catching them and carrying them back, and they did it to perfection there, as we see Mark DeFille go back on. Sam Keenan come off. I bet he's not playing fullback.
So we're back underway. Price aims it straight at O'Donnell. It's Kupu. Another good run into Granger. So Del Pena. So I'll play this. There'll be 25 out. 5 tackles up their sleeve as Ben Stone goes for another run. Shadows creeping across here. Maitland Sports Ground. Walsh, short pass there. Mataldia gets it loose, but it's gone straight into the hands of Gary Anderson.
Yeah, no need for that offload. He just had to take the ball and, take the play the ball, then look to play off the back of it, as we see Maitland 10 out from their own line.
Still driving in the tackle here, the Rosellas, as Allwood's got it. They're playing with about 11 at the moment, the Pickers, because Fraser Price is getting treatment, and looks like Allwood's down on his haunches again. Meafal comes in to help out the forwards. Jaden Butterfield. He'll play this just short of the 40. Good run from Cronin. Good tackle down low from Ben Stone. Tafua over the top. Last one for the Pickers as Granger goes for a kick from dummy half, and Fayu's underneath it. Fayu runs straight into Cody Clulo.
It's like his first time for the afternoon. I haven't seen him on there.
Andrews Good run there. Ryan Walsh goes for a run from dummy half. Williams is there to wrap him up. So into the final 10 minutes of this one here at Maitland Sports Ground. McDonald inside pass to Tafua. Bridge goes to the left to Walsh, linking up with Ryan Walsh, and a nice cutout pass to Fiu. Fiu's throws it in, well picked up there from Brad Ty, and also a good tackle from Geordie Connolly. Last tackle now for the Rosellas. Walsh, long pass, it's going to bounce up nicely to Kupu. Quick hands here for the Rosellas, and Andrews is going to cross over. Blake Andrews gets his name on the score sheet. 6th try for the Rosellas.
Yeah, you can probably put that one down to Luke Walsh on the play before. He was on the right-hand side of the park, and Maitland didn't have their split right for 50%. You could see him just push across the other side of the park, just across the other side of the ruck, and they shifted. They were unlucky not to come up with a try there with Ty. Some good defence, but then just a shift on a shift there, and Maitland were unable to recover defensively on the far side of the park.
So another strong performance here from the Western Suburbs Rosellas.
I thought when they were a touch, it wasn't panicky, but more frantic in the first half West when they'd made a few errors. I thought Luke Walsh was extremely calm. You could see him in the back play just getting them around, and you know, it's certainly coming to fruition. His experience and his skill set, particularly in the last 20 or 30 minutes, he's really put the nail in the coffin for West.
So what will all the opposition coaches do? Will you just get together and share notes?
I can't answer that, mate. I haven't got an answer for them at this stage, but they're certainly going very well. And credit to them, mate. They did make the semis last year. They knew they needed to step out and buy some players, and they did that. And they're able to back it up. You know, sometimes buying players creates reverse pressure, but they've been able to back it up on the park. So, you know, full credit to West. They're going well, as we see Walsh slide that through the uprights convincingly. They're bringing him off now for a well-earned rest as they put Tafeo back on. I think he's been the best forward out there today, in a winning team anyway, Tafeo.
Successful by number 7, Luke Walsh.
So 36 plays Pickers 0 here.
Now West Newcastle 36, Maitland Pickers to the score.
The way things are going, you might have to bar Western Suburbs from the match of the round.
That could be their good luck, you reckon?
It could be. Maybe they've peaked too early. We're back underway. It's a long season, the Business Plaza Cup. Langbridge takes it and offloads it to Tafua. Ben Stone in at dummy half. And Tama Kupu with another run. Still wrestling in the tackle. Not giving an inch today, the Rosellas. Still wrestling. Kupu and Cronin come together. Still in there. Could be on here. I think Cronin's got his hands caught in Kupu's jersey there. He couldn't get him free.
Yeah, we could see Kupu just point to the scoreboard there and let him know that they were behind comfortably, and Cronin reacted to it. There's certainly no need for that at this point of the game. Frustration's just boiling over a little bit there for Maitland, or for Cronin in particular.
So 6.5 to go. Touch is in on the far side.
Yeah, okay, no worries. I'll just have a chat to him.
Peter Cronin's been called out here.
Is he off? Yeah, right. In the game, but at marker, you've just got to stand your ground. If he's going to do anything stupid, let him do that, okay? No, I don't have to give you anything. What you're doing here is just taking the game and distribute, okay? This is the last warning. Next one, you're going to go. Let's keep it under control. But it's going both ways. See, he's the one who's instigated it, so I can't blow a penalty against him for pushing him. Okay, it's going to go both ways. Yep.
So it looks like she's going to be play on here.
Yeah, we could see the ref telling the West players to calm down a little bit there as Kupu tried to antagonise Cronin.
Kupu, there's 4 in the tackle here for the Pickers. O'Donnell. Short pass to DeFeo. Ranger in there to make the tackle. Helping out was Clulo as well.
He's had a great game, Tafeo. Really good.
Last one now for Wests. O'Donnell on the left foot. Down into the corner. Foul will pick it up and run straight into Mataudia, and then 3 more Rosellas come in to help out. Certainly big in the numbers in defence today. Connolly. Again, there's 4 Rosellas in the tackle. Forward. In fact, it's Gary Anderson. Still a bit of niggle in some of these tackles as Allwood goes for a run. Granger, inside pass here to Cronin. And the numbers there, again in defence. As Fraser Price kicks this down, a torpedo kick. Ryan Walsh is back there to pick it up, gives it to Utah. Utah almost gets through, he does get through, he's bumped away from 2. Tries to get away from more. He's trying to get the arms free. It's a very good run from Utah.
What a carry. Sensational carry back from Utah. As you see, Walsh at dummy half onto Fiu.
Fiu runs straight at Clulo. They're not finished yet, the Rosellas. Tafeo. And now we've got a penalty to Wests, just a little bit high in that tackle. Ben Stone wanted to go for the quick tap. They're going to have a shot at goal here. Interesting.
Yeah, just to calm things down. That point in the game now, 4 minutes to go. You lessen the risk of injuries, the more time you take out of it.
It was interesting, a few of those stoppages before with the niggle. When you're up 30-0 or 36-0, what do you think? They just should keep the clock going, or what do you think there as a coach?
Yeah, just keep it going, mate. At that point in time, we're not going to really achieve too much out of it, are we? Just let it wind down. The only thing is, it doesn't give the punter value for money then, does it? No, they want to see more of that, particularly when it starts to get a little bit of niggle.
Geez, if you could bet on this competition, there'd be some interesting results. So Donald takes the kick.
That's our 3rd kicker for the day for West. Keenan, Walsh, now O'Donnell.
By number 6, Chad O'Donnell.
He can do it all, O'Donnell. Kick goals. He's had a good game. They've got big raps on him down there at West. Massive raps on him.
And Chad O'Donnell makes it 38-0.
Make that a penalty goal, not a conversion.
So Fraser Price gets us back underway. Good take there from Langbridge to Fua. Again, just gets up to that 20-metre zone. Here's Cooper with another strong run. Obviously, the message about resting the bodies didn't go out to their forwards then. Stone in at dummy half. Hal Lantry. It's another good set of 6 here from the Rosellas. Go down the short side, Brad Ty. So we're heading into the final 2 minutes of this one here at Maitland Sports Ground. Lantry again with another carry.
He's done a good job today in Walker's absence. They played in the middle against us last week. We see Walsh down the short side.
Good pass here to Ty. Ty steps in off his left, linking up with Ben Stone. Now he's flicked it out the back. This hot potato stuff. Fiu's got it now. Langbridge. Langbridge almost gets away. The ball's come loose. And looks like we're coming out of the 20. And Matt Lantry's seen enough. He's just having a chat to a few people on the fence now. As Geordie Connolly with the restart. Here's Butterfield. Can they finish on a high here, the Pickers? Well, won't really be a high, but at least they get off the duck. It's Connolly. Gets away from one, but Cooper's there to wrap him up. So who's impressed you this afternoon? You've given a few tips so far.
Oh, Tafeo, mate, he's been extremely good. I thought Anderson has been good in a losing side, his work rate. This kid's been good with his leg drive and speed, but, mate, Tafeo off the bench for West has been enormous. He's played good minutes. He's had a carry every set. And I think Utah, he's been really good on this near side wing here too, as we see Walsh back up to the 40-metre line.
So Ryan Walsh will play this on the 40. Stone, Stafaya. Still wrestling in the tackle. These guys, they're not giving up. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock as Keenan makes a half. That's Langbridge, in fact, has made a half break. I'll tell you what, no one's going to get near him. Alex Langbridge scores a try. Right on full time. Rosellas.
Clinical performance. That was a great run by Langbridge. Not much doing. He just sort of threw the dummy and won himself, pure strength. And once he got beyond the line, he had some toe, the lad, for a 9. Very quick.
Taking the score now to West Newcastle 42. Become Maitland Pickers get the score.
Well, it's full time, and we'll see the conversion taken, and that'll be it here.
Winning double, 2 for home side, and there's no one scored for Maitland Pickers. The double is 2 and 2.
42 points to nil.
Double,
It's
2 and 2.
been another monster performance from the Rosellas.
Congratulations.
You said that first half from the Pickers, it wasn't bad at all. The second half, they've just blown them off the park.
No, yeah, 12-0 at half-time. You know, the game was certainly in the balance. No team had ascendancy. There was a lot of mistakes, but West have certainly come out in the second half and been clinical, played a mistake-free or near mistake-free half of football. I'm sure their coach will be extremely happy with that. As you see, O'Donnell starts it wide and it stays there.
Conversion waved away. Final score, West Newcastle 42.
That's the end of it here at Maitland Sports Ground. Western Suburbs, Rosellas running out winners, 42 points to nil, 7 tries. It's only 12-0 at half-time, but the Rosellas too good. Ron Griffiths, thanks for joining us in commentary today, mate.
Anytime, mate. Great coverage. I look forward to being part of it throughout the year. Thank you.
Well, that's about all we've got for you here on Bar TV Sports here at the Business Plaza Cup. Round 3, it was the Western Suburbs Rosellas. Too strong for the Maitland Pickers, 42 points to nil. We'll catch you next time.